CVTV News, I'm David Kerr, and we're brought to you by Germanna Community College. Every year, the University of Mary Washington conducts a series of lectures called the William Crawley Great Lives Lectures. They're fascinating, informative, entertaining, and entirely free. Next week, on Tuesday, January 22nd, there will be a lecture on the famous martial arts master Bruce Lee, given by Matthew Polly, author of Bruce Lee, A Life. On Tuesday, 29 January, there will be a lecture on Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the last president of the Soviet Union before it was disbanded. Author William Taubman, author of Gorbachev, His Life and Times, will be the lecturer. This is an exciting series. Each session involves a lecture and then a question and answer period. The lectures are at 7:30 p.m. and are held at Mary Washington's Dodd Auditorium. And now we'll go to George Kerns with sports. George? Thank you, George. We appreciate that. Giant Foods has announced that it's hiring some new staff. Well, they're really not staff, and they're all named Marty. No, not Marty McFly. Marty is a robot, seriously, and he and his like-named friends are being deployed to stores all over the region. They will be here in Fredericksburg. Marty is designed to operate on his own. He'll patrol the store looking for unsafe conditions and no doubt generally be making sure that things are running smoothly. As you can see, Marty is a rather tall fellow, but friendly, quick with a smile, and kind of the cutting edge of artificial intelligence technology. And he's something entirely new for the do that last section over. I really messed that up. It's supposed to be
Thanks, David. George Kerns here for CVTV Sports. In men's college basketball, the Virginia Cavaliers beat the Hokies of Virginia Tech this week 81-59. DeAndre Hunter scored 21 points, Kyle Guy scored 15 points, and Jerome had 14 points and a career-high 12 assists as UVA brought their record up to 16-0 and number 4 in the nation. The Duke Blue Devils, without point guard Trey Jones, lost to Syracuse in overtime 95-91 and will fall from the number 1 ranking. But the showdown is set for Saturday night at 6 o'clock on ESPN. Number 4 Virginia 16-0 at number 1 Duke 14-2. In NHL news, the Washington Capitals are 27-14 with 59 points, number 1 in the Metro Division. Tampa Bay leads the Atlantic Division 36-9, 74 points. Winnipeg leads the Central Division. Calgary leads the Pacific Division. In NBA news, the Washington Wizards are 18-26, 4 games behind Miami in the Southeast Division. Toronto leads the Atlantic 33-12 by 4 games. Milwaukee leads the Central 31-12 by 2 games. Houston leads the Southwest by a game. Denver leads the Northwest by 3 and 3.5 games. And Golden State leads the Pacific by 5 games. LeBron James is expected to miss two more games due to a groin injury. The Lakers are 6.5 games behind Golden State. NBA primetime is set to return Saturday night on ABC or ESPN at 8:30 with the game of the week. In NFL news, Kansas City, the LA Rams, New England, and New Orleans all won their divisional round games this past weekend to set up the conference championships. On Sunday at 3:05 on Fox is the LA Rams at New Orleans, and at 6:40 on CBS is New England at Kansas City. Be prepared for an offensive showcase from here on out because none of the teams have a defense. Well, that's a look at sports. I will be talking local high school basketball on the George Kerns Report at the CVTV Game of the Week with Jimmy Jones, Tim Coleman, David Robinson. Next week we will be at North Stafford High School on January 23rd with the girls' game, Cortland at North Stafford at 7 o'clock. Well, I'm George Kerns for CVTV Sports. Back to you, David.
Thank you, George. Appreciate that. Giant Foods announced that they have hired some new staff. That's always good news for the local economy. Actually, though, they aren't staff per se, and they're all named Marty. No, not Marty McFly. Marty is a robot, seriously, and he and his like-named colleagues are being deployed to stores all over the region. Marty is designed to operate on his own. He patrols the store looking for unsafe conditions, spills, cleanups, things like that, and no doubt is making sure that things are running smoothly. As you can see, Marty is a rather tall fellow, but friendly, quick with a smile, and is something entirely new in the field of retail technology and artificial intelligence. Well, on that note, we want to thank you for tuning in to CVTV and wish you a very good week, and we look forward to seeing you next week.